Hi, I'm Sue, and I want to talk about a scam that feels like it should have been retired back when people were still renting VHS tapes at Blockbuster. Check washing. Yes, apparently criminals didn't get the memo that hardly anyone writes checks anymore. They're still out there digging through mailboxes, swiping envelopes, and giving your checks a spa day in chemicals that erase the ink so they can rewrite them for much bigger amounts. Think of it as money laundering's low budget cousin. It sounds ridiculous, but it's real. In fact, news outlets across the country have been covering stories of victims who mailed an innocent check to the power company or their landscaper, only to discover later that the same check had been washed and rewritten to someone they've never met for thousands of dollars. One New Jersey woman told reporters she sent out a $275 check for her condo fees. By the time the scammers were finished, that check had morphed into nearly $3,000 cashed at a different bank. And in Florida, police reported an entire ring of thieves stealing checks out of blue postal boxes and rewriting them for five-figure amounts. It's like Mad Libs for criminals. Just fill in a new name and jackpot. The mechanics are almost laughably simple. Scammers fish mail out of neighborhood boxes, sometimes with sticky strings, sometimes with stolen keys, then dunk the checks in chemicals like acetone or bleach. The original writing disappears, and suddenly your carefully written $47 water bill looks like a $4,700 payday to a stranger. It's like giving them a blank check, literally. So, what can you do to avoid starring in one of these cautionary tales? First, try not to use paper checks at all. I know, some of us still like the ritual, but in 2025, that's about as modern as rewinding a VHS tape. Online bill pay or direct transfers are much safer. If you absolutely must send a paper check, don't put it in your mailbox with the red flag up. That flag is basically a flashing neon sign that says free money inside. Instead, walk it into the post office or use a secure drop. And invest in a good pen with permanent gel-based ink. It's harder for the crooks to scrub off. Check washing may sound like a relic from the past, but it's back in the headlines because it works. And the only thing worse than finding out your mortgage payment never reached the bank is realizing it paid for somebody else's vacation.